The world has surgically implanted a paralyzing virus into your mind. They call it being realistic, but I call it a slow death. Since birth, they fed you the poison of average expectations. You swallowed it like an obedient lamb, thinking it was wisdom. Realism is not a virtue. It is a meticulously designed straitjacket. It was tailored by the mediocre to keep you rot in a cell of their making. Look into the eyes of those who preach sanity to you. Do you see power there, or just the gray exhaustion of the defeated? They are not trying to protect you from failure. They are trying to protect themselves from the shame of your ascent. The terrifying truth they refuse to admit is simple. Every empire was built by a mind the public labeled as delusional. I am here to teach you how to weaponize your insanity. You must learn to lie to the universe until it accepts your truth. Rational people are losing the game of life. They are too busy calculating risks while the delusional are seizing thrones. To win, you must execute a calculated break from reality. Success requires a mental fortress where logic is a forbidden word. Society's immune system attacks anything that threatens the tribal average. They won't use fists. They will use the toxic weapon of concern. Are you sure this is safe? They will whisper in your ear. Understand this. Their concern is merely envy wearing a human mask. If you fly, it proves that their staying on the ground was a choice. Your greatness is a mirror that exposes their terminal laziness. You must become immune to the gravitational pull of the common man. When your momentum dies, the vultures of realism will begin to circle. The weak man compromises to appease his critics. The delusional man doubles down and forces the world to bend. The world demands evidence before it grants you permission. The outlier knows that physics operates in reverse for the superior mind. You must believe with a psychotic level of certainty. Evidence is for the followers. Conviction is for the creators. Stop negotiating with a reality that someone else built for you. It is time to stop asking for permission and start dictating terms. Your brain is hardwired to seek safety in the shadows. You must rewire it to find ecstasy in the middle of the storm. Science has already proven that sanity is a clinical path to misery. The most accurate perceivers of reality are the clinically depressed. To be healthy and successful, you must suffer from positive illusions. Overestimate your skills. Believe you control the uncontrollable. The people who change history operate on a bias that borders on madness. They look at a 90% failure rate and pity the 90% who aren't them. This isn't the toxic positivity of smiling at a brick wall. This is biological hacking to force a self-fulfilling prophecy. Once you adopt a delusional belief, your brain's filter changes. It stops looking for exits and starts scanning for weapons. You will not sleep like a normal person anymore. Your words will carry the weight of a king's decree. Pain that breaks a realist is merely a prologue to your triumph. A locked door is not a sign to stop. It is a test for the weak. Cultivate an arrogance so deep that the universe eventually yields. Treat your miracles as routine and your failures as temporary delays. Consider the man who tried to lay a cable across the infinite ocean. The experts called him a lunatic. The physics were deemed impossible. He failed 4 times and became a global laughingstock, but he was inoculated against shame by a divine delusion. On the 5th attempt, he connected the continents and changed history. His internal reality was simply stronger than the external friction. This is the reality distortion field used by every master of history. It is the power to project your delusion until it bends the minds of others. People are desperate for certainty in this chaotic, hollow world. If you project absolute conviction, they will follow you to the end. Investors will fund your dreams. Enemies will move out of your way. They yield to the man who acts like he owns the future. Where are you currently yielding to the rules of reality? Arrogance is only a flaw if you lack the will to execute. When backed by relentless action, arrogance becomes prophecy. Treat your success as a historical fact that hasn't happened yet. The wealthiest men did not hope for riches, they demanded them. They acted as if the transaction with the universe was already complete. You are playing a game designed for losers. It is time to flip the table and play by your own dark rules. Twist, but remember, the most dangerous lie is the one you tell yourself. If you lose your grip on action, your delusion becomes a grave. The line between a visionary and a madman is found in the dirt of work. Are you willing to bleed for a vision that only you can see? Most will listen to this and return to their comfortable chains. They prefer the safety of the cage over the terror of the throne. But you are different, or you wouldn't have listened this far. The darkness within you is not a monster, it is a compass. Stop pretending to be normal, to please people you don't even like. Your sanity is the only thing standing between you and your godhood. Every great achievement started as a crazy thought in a dark room. The world will call you a villain until you win. Then they'll call you a hero. I don't care about your morals. I care about your results. Kindness is a tool for the weak. Manipulation of reality is for the strong. The light of the world is blinding you to the opportunities in the shadows. Learn to see in the dark, and you will own the day. The sheep spend their lives waiting for a shepherd who will lead them to slaughter. The wolf creates his own path and chooses his own prey. Your fear is a ghost created by a society that wants to control you. Walk through the ghost, and you will find that there is nothing there. Become the architect of your own obsession. A man with a mission is more dangerous than an army with a map. The voice in your head telling you to stop is not yours. It is the echoes of every small person who ever tried to diminish you. Silence the echoes with the roar of your own ambition. There is no later. There is only the absolute now. You were born with the spark of a creator, not a consumer. Stop consuming their lies and start creating your own destiny. The realistic path leads to a quiet funeral with no one in attendance. The delusional path leads to a legacy that will outlive the sun. Success is not a destination. It is a hostile takeover of existence. You must be willing to sacrifice who you are for who you will become. Do not seek balance. Seek total and absolute dominance. Balance is for those who are afraid of falling. The world is a stage, and most people are just unpaid extras. Write yourself into the lead role and demand the spotlight. They will hate you for your confidence because it highlights their cowardice. Let their hatred be the fuel that keeps your engine running. A king does not explain himself to the peasants. Act with such authority that no one dares to ask why. Every no you hear is just a test of your resolve. Break the no until it becomes a yes, master. The rules were written by the people who arrived before you to protect their loot. Burn the rule book and take what is rightfully yours. To control others, you must first have absolute control over your own mind. Your mind is the primary weapon in this silent psychological war. Do not wish for things to be easier. Wish for yourself to be more dangerous. Ease is a trap for the lazy. Struggle is a forge for the elite. The only truth that matters is the one you can enforce. Power is the only objective reality in this subjective world. You are currently a prisoner of your own potential. Break the locks and step out into the blinding light of your own glory. The world is full of reasonable men who have achieved nothing. Be the unreasonable man who achieves everything. Your past is a ghost story that has no power over the present. bury the ghost, and write a new story starting today. True power is not being loud, it is being undeniably present. Project a presence that commands the room without saying a word. The elite do not compete, they transcend. Move to a level where the concept of competition no longer exists. Your intuition is a primitive radar for success. Trust the whisper in your gut over the shouting in the crowd. The impossible is just a word used by the small-minded. For the delusional, impossible is merely a suggestion. The crowd loves a tragedy because it makes them feel safe. Do not give them the satisfaction of seeing you fall. If you fall, rise with such force that it shakes the earth. Let your comeback be more terrifying than your disappearance. Every scar on your soul is a map to a hidden treasure. Do not hide your wounds, use them as armor. The world belongs to the bold, the cold, and the calculated. Warmth is for the weak, fire is for the focused. Stop looking for a sign from the universe. You are the sign that the universe has been waiting for. The greatest deception is believing that you are just a human being. You are a god in training, trapped in a mortal skin. The moral path is a maze designed to keep you lost. The dark path is a straight line to the throne. Do not ask for forgiveness, ask for results. Forgiveness is a currency for the failed. Your energy is a sacred resource. Do not waste it on the unworthy. Cut out the parasites who drain your vision for their own comfort. The path of the outlier is a lonely one, but the view from the top is worth it. The air at the peak is too thin for the mediocre to breathe. To lead, you must first learn to be comfortable in your own silence. The loudest man in the room is often the most insecure. Develop a gaze that looks through people, not at them. See the world for the chessboard it truly is. Your words should be like scalpels, precise, sharp, and transformative. Never speak unless you intend to change the reality around you. The normal life is a slow-motion suicide. Choose the fast-paced life of a visionary instead. Embrace the chaos, for it is the raw material of order. Only the truly powerful can find harmony in the middle of a war. Your potential is a debt you owe to your future self. Do not die a debtor. Pay it back in full with your achievements. The world will try to tame you. Let it break its teeth on your spirit. A wild mind is the only thing that can truly be free. Your loyalty should be to your vision above all else. People will come and go, but your empire must stand forever. Do not wait for the perfect moment. Take the moment and make it yours. Perfection is a myth. Execution is the reality. The average man thinks about what he can get. The superior man thinks about what he can become. Your mind is the only kingdom you truly own. Rule it with an iron fist, or someone else will. The sun sets on the era of the reasonable and the safe. The moon rises for the delusional, the bold, and the cold. Stop living for the applause of people who are beneath you. The only approval you need is the one you see in the mirror. The world is a cold place. Learn to use the cold to harden your resolve. Ice is just as strong as fire when it is thick enough. Your destiny is calling, but it will not wait forever. Answer the call with a shout, not a whisper. Every day you remain normal is a day you betray your own soul. Wake up and choose the madness of the elite. There are no limits except the ones you are too afraid to cross. Cross the line today and see how far you can truly go. The truth is hidden in the dark, waiting for someone brave enough to find it. I have shown you the door. Now you must walk through it. Final twist. I am not your savior. I am your mirror. What you see in me is the power you have been hiding from yourself. The world will not remember your name if you play by its rules. It will only remember the name of the one who broke them all. The path is open and the throne is empty. Will you take your seat, or will you let someone else rule your world? The choice is yours, but the time is running out. Click the link in the description to join the Order of the Delusional.